What's up, my YouTube people? Welcome back to Chez Jaclyn. I'm Jaclyn, and if you're new, welcome. Thanks for joining. We are at part 3, my final home remodel video. And now it's been like a long time coming. Sorry. We're gonna be actually installing some tile today, plugging in a toilet, yay! And the reveal. I'm so excited for you guys to finally see it. The process was just so long, and like with full-time jobs and like life happening at the same time, I can't. So without further ado, ladies and gents, let's get into the video. We've reached the point where we're putting tile on the floor. I mean, talk about a long time coming. It couldn't come soon enough. So as I said in part 2, I decided on the porcelain marble look. Side note, for those of you who know what this guy is doing, and for my future DIYers out there, do not install tile this way. Putting the tile straight on like this on the concrete is not what you typically want to do. You want to have like a layer in between to kind of give fluctuation from the tile and the foundation. So there are just better techniques of doing things. I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. Maybe at one point I will have to replace this, but as of right now, she is still going strong. With all of those things being said, this is a guest bath, so it's not going to be getting a lot of activity. So overall, I am okay with it. It is what it is at this point. Also, his technique is not something you want to do either. This technique is what they do when they install wooden floors. But I'm going to show you guys the right way when I do my second bathroom install. I wasn't here when he, guess glued it or cemented it on the shower pan, but that's pretty much what it's gonna be like. That's its permanent home. Now he's just laying down this tile here, as you can see. Manny did that last night, so we're gonna be able to have this all the way done today. And then after it dries, he's gonna come back and do that corner. And we're gonna do that, and then hopefully tonight we'll put up these walls and this one. And then I think he's gonna wait on this one since we put up the wall tonight. These are the products that we used to install this tile. We laid down a protective layer for the tile as we continued to install the drywall, and the tile on the walls is going up. So right now he's doing the grout. And this process took way longer than expected because you have to like wait for it to cure, really getting it into the grooves with that tool. And then you have to get like a damp sponge and kind of wipe off the excess, keep doing that, water, wiping off. So this process took like a little bit. And then there's like this haze of just like grout extra, like when it dries, that you have to like scrub off, which is super annoying. You have to get like a special solution. I chose like a gray grout because even though I wanted white, I didn't want it to be so dirty so fast, and this definitely paid off in the future. Now for the niche and the curb, I ended up using bull noses, the matching coordinating bull noses for this tile. And of course, I had to have the shelf in the middle for extra storage. The walls here, so that's what that is, it's mudding, and this is all mudding right there. And then I started going with primer around all of the fixtures and stuff. So pretty much what you see here, except for the corners and like the edges and stuff, that's primer. Everything else is pretty much mud. So like this is mud right there. I haven't even touched that wall. I just primed that wall right there. So at this point, I'm picking what paint I'm gonna use. So I have a couple of samples next to the tile with the lighting on to see what's gonna be my best bet. I went with Bare Ultra Pure White, ceiling flat. And on the walls, I went with Bare White in a satin finish. Here we have the final fittings of the toilet, and then we installed a brand new toilet valve. This is where the water is going to be coming up to fill the toilet. Because this was our first bathroom project, we wanted to have access to the toilet area, so we decided to create a little access panel so if anything went down, we could access it from this point instead of tearing out all the drywall. Because you know, you just never know with these kind of things. And this toilet was not light. As you can see, these two grown-ass men are trying to get this thing in its place. This is a Swiss Madison toilet, if anybody is wondering. I believe I got it off of Amazon or I got it off of Home Depot. Whichever one was cheaper. It's got the soft close toilet lid, but what I really loved about this, it's got a full skirt, so cleaning is like so much easier. Oh my God, there's water in this toilet. Yay! First flush of the season. This part was tricky and it took forever. I mean, like, it took a really long time for them to cut this little piece out. It's like a plastic that protects the mechanism on the inside, and you're supposed to just cut the excess of wherever your tile is laying. And for the most part, they did get it off, but we couldn't fit the covers flush with the tile. So what Manny and I ended up having to do was continue to cut. Even after these guys did what they could, it still wasn't flush enough for us to silicone. So we ended up going back later, cutting more, and then installing these fixtures ourselves. And this part with the shower, we had to trim out some of the tile because the piping didn't stick out of the tile far enough for us to connect the shower pipe. Installed the light fixtures. Just put those in there. This one we are still working on. See, it's not flush. This one we had to use what they call a diamond cutter, and let me tell you, that process was terrifying because we were trying so hard not to crack this tile. So we have a passionate woodworker who happens to be a good friend of ours, and he was so kind enough as to cut some wood for us for the shelving that I wanted. They're all miter cuts. We gave him the measurements and he just did it like so fast, and all we had to do was decide how we were going to install it. Initially, we were just going to screw in all of the braces as is, but as we kind of started doing it, it became a little difficult. We decided to pre-drill the holes so it'd be easier for us to install. This is a more sped up version of what we actually did, but essentially I just slowly put on the glue and then we just kind of fitted it, squished it in there like a sandwich, and this is how we did all of the faces. After that, we drilled the bottoms on, glued them, and then we put the tops and the faces on just pure using glue. No nails or nothing because I wasn't trying to fill those holes. But we had to be super careful with the excess glue because once that dries, you are not going to be able to get that off.
It's weird stuff. But when you put it on, it's level.
Right, so we glue in the first one, put some 5 pounds on each, the back and the front. We glued it down. We did this contraption for the face here. Now we're about to do the same. So we're gonna put glue on the bottom and then glue here and put it like a sandwich. All right, so I didn't get a chance to show y'all, but Manny cut this out of a longer piece, and this is gonna be the shelf that goes on top of it like this, and this is kind of going in the bottom like this, so that way when it's installed here, it doesn't catch. Right there, see that? So right now I'm going to prime it and wait for it to dry and then install it. 1, 2 crown moldings. This took forever. It looks kind of shitty, but that's why we're relying on the prop to fix it. But she's up here. So we are using these shims to make it all level. We used a little nail here and embedded it instead of using a nail gun. And we are working our way down the line. And then he's gonna use this special punch tool to make it embedded in the base, so that way we can put some silicone caulk there. He's going to cut these like that so that they end up looking like this. See that? And then we're gonna go through and silicone all of those. We are cementing. Yes, we are cementing together. This was the measurements and kind of their plan to installing this glass, because we hired this part out because I don't know nothing about glass and I was going to order some from online, but to this exact measurements, I thought I'd just splurge a little bit and get this glass done professionally. The most terrifying part was getting it actually in there without hitting anything. They did bump the ceiling, which I had to like kind of patch up. So let me just take you back to the past. Remember what it was like before. You got it? Are you there?
Maybe there's a version of me left that doesn't feel afraid of what comes next.
This entire process from start to finish was such a long time. So many hours, so much time, so much energy, so much life had happened in all of between of these moments, and you guys are seeing the final project. If you stayed with me this far, I really appreciate you guys watching. This was definitely a labor of love. That's my time, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will check you guys in my next one. Bye!